October 20th, 2022 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please join me in reciting the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, welcome everyone. I'm Barb Lewis, President. To my right is our Vice President, Jeff Benton. To my left, fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill, our Administrator, Tracy Davies, our Deputy Administrator, Don Houston, our clerks, Jennifer Walraven and Sarah DeNovo. We can begin.
Resolution number 22-895, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held October 17th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-895. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis? Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
We have no public comment this morning. Resolution number 22-896. In the matter of approving purchase orders, then and out certificates and payments of warrants and batch numbers CMA PR 1019, memo transfers and batch numbers MTA PR 1019, and procurement card payments and batch numbers PCA PR 1019.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-896. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Next, we have a presentation from Dawson Adrian.
All right. Welcome.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Burgess, EMS. It's good to be here this morning. We're not asking you for anything today, so we have a pretty cool presentation. With me, I have Mr. Dawson Andrean. He's a senior at Big Walnut High School, and we've got his parents, Stephanie and David, behind us here. Dawson approached us several months ago about doing his Eagle Scout project to benefit Delaware County EMS, and so we talked a little bit and kind of talked about his ideas and thought it would be a really good thing for our department. So I'm going to turn it over to Dawson. He's going to give you just a quick presentation on his project and how it's going to help out our department and our citizens that we take care of. So,
Oh, great. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
No problem. Like he said, I am Dawson Engine. I'm currently a Boy Scout with Troop 701 in Sunbury. Thank you again for allowing me to come and share this project with you guys. So my project is to create the comm kits to the Delaware County EMS. The kits will have a small variety of toys and trinkets, also some sensory toys to help entertain and occupy children. So that the Delaware EMS workers can obviously give a kit to a couple of these kits so the kids can pick them out to maybe to the items that they like. So a little bit about myself. I am a senior at Big Walnut and an honor roll student. For the past couple of years, I've actually played the trumpet in the band. I've also been in multiple sports teams, the cross country and the swim team. The kind of main motivation for this project was that I was diagnosed with autism and I have grown up with sensory issues, and I have actually felt a lot of anxiety with unknown situations, being in scary situations. That also, my dad is a 19-year firefighter, and he actually originally was with Harlem Township. Now he's with Centerburg. And actually, the picture that you see is actually me, my brother, my dad. My dad was actually doing was at a training fire. And also, my brother is actually an awesome Eagle Scout from Troop 701, the same troop that I'm actually doing this project from. So who is the kits for, really? It's mainly for children that have been either in an accident or a car accident or even a fire. that maybe the family has lost everything, and then they need to, then the EMS workers probably can get one of these kits to have the kids play with something because they maybe have lost all their toys and stuff. And also, another thing that maybe if the parents and maybe a kid is in a car accident, that but the parents need to be transferred to the hospital. Obviously, the kid might not that situation might not sit well with the kid or the child, and that the EMS workers can give one of these kits that the child can pick out. How did I really accomplish this project? So my goal was to raise money to purchase items to make 110 calm kits. That's 10 kits per unit or per EMS unit. And each container that will actually receive 10 of these kits that you actually see right behind me, and that the age limit for that I decided to set out was 3 and up for all the toys that were going to be in these kits. I also went to some of the local businesses. I found somebody to see if they can help out, set up donation bins. Actually, the picture you see there is actually some of the donation bins that I've actually made to actually set out. My parents also set me up a GoFundMe to help raise money, and then I also collected over $250 in donations from 8 locations. So actually, here's a picture of some complete kits. If you look at the pictures, actually, so the main goal, the main idea was they have a variety of different items in each kit. So I have a couple of different items that obviously if a kid has a preference on something, they have an option to have a couple of options to choose from. That obviously there are some general, there are also some girl items, also some boy items, but I tend to keep it kind of neutral down the general line, so they also have a choice. Thank you for actually taking the time to actually listen to me, and I would also like to thank my scout leaders, my family, and also I would like to give thanks to Chief Burgess for actually having me set up this for today. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, what a great project.
Yes. Do you have any questions actually about?
Yeah, any questions?
How are you coming along with distributing the calm kits?
So that, you mean how do I distribute them?
Yeah, have you sent them to the actual stations yet?
No. So I've actually talked to Chief Burgess, and he's actually going to take me out pretty soon actually to deliver them to the actual station, so I can actually tell the firefighters and paramedics the basics of the project, so they can get information on it instead of me not being there and don't know how to use them. Any other questions?
I just, your explanation, did a fantastic job, and the fact that you're willing to do something like this to benefit people in our county is fantastic, and
Yeah.
it says a lot about you, says a lot about your family,
Yeah.
and I think we're all proud to be part of this county, people like you, and thank you very much.
No, thank you for letting me be here.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, just to strive to become an Eagle Scout is a very high goal, and I just thank you so much for working on this. The project is great.
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, thank you.
Thank you.
Having fun.
We can do a picture?
Oh, yes, we're going to do a picture. We should take our
Okay, wow. Let's see if we can get everybody in here. All right, everybody over here in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Would you like to?
I'll just steal from yours.
All right. Tell me your phone clean up.
That's just a short lived one. He's still like, I'm gonna go to the game Saturday. I think that's like my son.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. You may want to rest. He needs his throat. Steve's
Thanks.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Moving on to item number 5, resolution number 22-897, in the matter of authorizing the use of procurement cards for the Facilities Department.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, John Melvin, Director of Facilities. We have 2 new employees we're requesting procurement cards for. They're in the maintenance department, maintenance technicians.
Okay. Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 22-897. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-898, in the matter of awarding bids to and approving a contract with Property Works LLC for the ITB number 22-02 snow removal services for Delaware County.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
That time of year.
That time, especially this morning, it felt that way. So this week's been a reminder it's coming very, very quickly. We did receive 4 bids for the snow removal bid. Property Works is actually had the former contract, so they were the lowest best and recommending awarding. Just as a note, they actually dropped their price from 2 years ago, so they're, staying competitive, so recommend awarding.
Questions, comments?
That's good to
Vote.
hear. I don't hear that very often.
Yeah.
Vote on motion 22-898. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution
Thank
number
you, Joe.
22-899, in the matter of approving a transfer of appropriation for Veteran Services Office.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Whenever I come up, I always try to, so you guys know where we're at. I've got some data here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
So Brian Gallagher, Director of County Veteran Service Office, and what we're asking is to do a transfer of appropriation. As time goes on, we're doing more and more and more downstairs. So what we're looking to do is, last year we spent 99% of our budget. We'll probably end up doing the same thing again this year, to where I'll probably be up here again a couple more times to do transfers, just to, it's just, we're exceeding our expectations as far as, veterans coming in and requesting assistance. For example, if you look at the numbers down here, I took, where we're at in the end of Q3 and, did the 4/3 conversion to extrapolate it out to the end of the year. And based on where we were at from 2019, which I did 2019 because that was the last pre-COVID year, so that way numbers are not flawed. Just from financial assistance, and the amount that's gone out, as well as the number of people that we've seen, we're up 300%. And then if you look at the number of transports that we've done, it's increasing, so I imagine that we're probably going to be close to doubling what we did in 2019. So we're probably going to be at 200% is the number of people that we've transported. And also, the thing about the transports is, before it used to be to where a van picked people up, they were there all day, it had to be within a time frame, it was just horrible. And now we're taking people down, doing multiple trips with multiple things, so they're not waiting down there forever. We're going to other places. So it really is a much, much better service of what we're doing. And then, you know, the last part is the total number of VA filings that we've done. You know, we're up over 300% is what we see is what we're going to be doing. So there is a lot more people, you know, coming in and out of downstairs as compared to what's been in the past. Now, I'll caveat that to some of it may be some of the recent legislation as far as, you know, where, you know, you see the Camp Lejeune stuff all the time, and we get calls about it
that's
all the
right.
time. So, you know, that may be part of it, but I think a bigger part of it is that we're trying to be a bigger presence in the county. So it's part of all that, you know, kind of with how we're required to do our budget, where it's done, you know, in May the prior year, it's just hard to ballpark where we're gonna be at. You know, at the end, you think about it, it's over a year and a half whenever you get to the end of the fiscal year from the following thing. And it's something that's growing like we're doing and doing more and changes in legislation. It's just hard to ballpark that. So we're just trying to do what we can to make ends meet with our budget before the end of the fiscal year.
Do you ask when people come in how they learned about veteran
Yeah, and
services?
it's a variety of things. Actually, a lot of it, though, is word of mouth. So one person may
Okay.
hear from another person, but we'll see people, you know, we hear people that say that they heard us on the radio or on TV. You know, we don't do that much. We do some on there. And then, you know, whenever we go out to First Friday, I tell you, that's one of the biggest bang for the bucks that we do as
Okay.
far as going out and meeting people. We go to a lot of different events, but we talk to so many people at First Friday that it really, truly is a fantastic event, you know, for our purposes. And we go out to, you know, different events at like assisted living facilities and stuff like that to talk to people. So I would say that the big ones, word of mouth, but
Okay.
you know, the other ones, you know, come up.
Right. Any other questions?
Yeah, what's the appeals filed?
So
Online.
whenever a veteran comes in and, you know, we submit a claim, and the VA sees it and they deny it.
Okay.
So they deny it, and then we say, you know, sometimes, you know, the VA needs to grow as well. And, you know, they've got issues to where they're trying to get things, and they may not have people that fully understand the processes that are doing some stuff. And they're probably overworked and stuff as well. But, you know, they'll be in the packet that we sent right there. So they're in the letter, they're saying, we need to see this, this, and this. So in the appeal, we'll file an appeal that says, look on page, you know, 9, 10, and 11. You'll find this information. Sometimes it's where we sent stuff off and they want to see some additional medical information. So then we'll have to go and dig and find that additional medical information, or set an appointment up with the VA to do an additional, you know, medical analysis for them. So that's what an appeal is whenever we send stuff off and there's something that gets hit that, you know, needs additional work to where they kick it back. That's an appeal.
Yeah, good. Well, thank you. Thank you for your leadership on this.
The one comment I have is, we get a lot of unsolicited comments in our roles as commissioners, and generally if it's unsolicited, it's probably negative. I've heard nothing but positives about what's going on in your area, and so I just want to say congratulations and appreciation.
I'll let the staff know. You know, I'm fortunate that I hear the accolades, but really it's the staff downstairs that are doing the work. You know, I'm just
Yeah,
the talking head that goes around.
We understand, I think we understand that. It's we, not I, so,
Right.
thank you.
Well, and it's, you know, the increases, though, it just shows the great job you're doing of reaching people. I suspect the need for sure was there before.
Right,
It's
yeah. And
just
we're-
the outreach
And I'm sure
wasn't there.
there's many more people that we haven't hit. And then, you know, if you can plug us for the, you know, the upcoming Veterans Day Parade, you know, we're trying to make that bigger and better. And then on Veterans Day itself, we have the breakfast, that Source Point is the point of contact for people to register. If some people want to hit us, we'll register for them. So we've got the breakfast, and then at 11 o'clock, out front here is the, the actual ceremony that we're doing. And this year, we've asked Judge Shuck to speak because of, he didn't have to, but with the veterans docket, there were a couple of cases that perhaps maybe didn't meet the criteria of what the docket was supposed to do. However, though, he intervened and got those over, and it had a couple of them had, outstanding results as far as what happened to them. So,
You mentioned the out front here. I think this is an appropriate time. Didn't plan on saying this, but it's certainly appropriate. Judge Shaw played a kind of an indirect role in the redesign out front, and with his passing, just think it's appropriate maybe to give him the credit he deserves
right,
for
yeah,
that.
my understanding is the Vietnam Veterans of America are going to be present for his funeral on Saturday. He's not receiving military honors, but he was an honorary member of several military chapters here in the county, just based off the work that he did for veterans in the community. So yes, I'm going to be doing a different Navy funeral on Saturday. So have I not, going to that, I would be there as well. But my understanding is there'll be, some from the veterans community that'll be there for his ceremony on Saturday.
Very good.
Well, thank you so much, Brian, for all you're doing, and
Thank
the
you.
staff.
Thank you for your support.
Oh, glad to do it. Thank you.
Can we take a
Need a
vote?
vote?
Vote on motion
Don't go away,
22-899.
Brian.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
That brings us to administrator reports.
Nothing from me today. Dawn Houston, Deputy Administrator. Monday begins open enrollment, and we have 3 days of open enrollment meetings where there's still time slots available for people to attend. So I strongly encourage anyone who can to sign up to attend. There are various locations throughout the Delaware County buildings, and open enrollment will end on November 4th. So the next 2 weeks will be very busy, and definitely plenty of time for employees to make their selections. Thank
If
you.
we're not changing anything, do we still need to,
Yes.
Yes.
okay.
Everyone, yes, everyone will get an email from Employee Navigator, and everyone will need to go into Employee Navigator to make their selections for 2023.
All right, I'll probably need your help again.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. I believe it's Commissioner Benton's turn.
Just a couple things. Economic development, we had an event yesterday morning at Sunbury. Tracy and Monica Connors were there, just to introduce Monica, and Tracy was one of the speakers, along with Jennifer from Morpsey, talking about economic development in this area. And Tracy did a really nice job, and so did the woman from Morpsey. But again, very, very active, very engaged chamber in Sunbury Big Walnut, and there's a lot going on in that area and a lot more coming. So,
boy.
it's good to see them focusing on that. We got a chamber lunch today with I guess they're calling it the new-ish city managers in Powell and Sunbury. That's lunch today. And I just saw Jane sent out a employee handbook, or not employee handbook, board member handbook for all that was sent to all the board members. Board appointee handbook is what they call it, and it just gives all the information about our boards and what board members do and so on and so on. Great idea. There's
It's
a
a
lot of
great,
questions.
yes,
And
yes.
it's great to have a document that explains so
Right.
much of it, because
It'll,
there's,
yeah.
and it shows, I think we appointed almost 30 boards. It just shows you.
Is it that many? Wow. I know it's a lot.
Yeah, but again, these are very important roles, and we really appreciate the community engagement, and we've done a lot to really get good people on these boards over the years, so.
Yeah. Glad you pointed that out, yeah.
Yeah, thanks to Jane. I imagine Julie probably had something to do with it. Julie out there somewhere.
Regarding the board appointment, I haven't had a chance to read it, other than gave it a cursory read this morning. but I think it is a good thing. And speaking of that, we're going to have some interviews today, so.
That's right.
We're lucky in this county, we have good people applying for these jobs, these positions, really more accurate than the word jobs because they're unpaid. I'm always admired and respect the people who come and go through this process. And I think we're better served as a county because of that. And our role as commissioners is basically to identify people who provide different talents so the board is well served, and also people who generally have an interest in serving and doing the work that's required. And we've been very successful in that as a general rule. And just to compliment everybody who's agreed to serve and those who've interviewed and have not been chosen. The breakfast yesterday, I thought Tracy would say something about it. I thought it was extremely well done by Tracy, and an opportunity to introduce Monica. And I know there's 15, 20 people there, and all very involved in the community, including the mayor. And I thought it went really, really well. And the only other thing I have is I do have a CCO board meeting tomorrow, and so that's where I will be tomorrow from 10 to probably 1 o'clock. So, and with that, that's all I have.
Okay, I attended Monday evening at the Liberty Township meeting. Their chief, long-serving Chief O'Brien, retired, and wish him well and thank him very much for his service. He went through some tough times, so that was a good meeting. And we do have need for executive session.
We do. Resolution number 22-890, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of appointment of a public employee or public official for security arrangements and emergency response protocols.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-890. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
We're now recessed into executive session.